What's going on, guys? Alright, I'm here with some PC Engine pickups. I got a few CD-ROM 2s and a few Hue cards. So the first one I got here is it's a shoot 'em up called Aldous. It's actually supposed to sound like artist. You know, it's one of those situations where they spell out a word in English how it appears to sound. So this does look like a kind of like a parody type of game to me, as there are some enemies and some bosses displayed on the back cover art there, even from other games. I believe that giant foot's from Keith Courage, if I'm not mistaken, and it looks like some Gradius bosses and some other type of kind of like you know, parody scenes and levels and bosses from other games. So yeah, so that's called Aldous, and yeah, it's a CD-ROM 2 game. It's not a Super CD-ROM or anything. It's an alright game. Shouldn't cost you anything higher than the mid-teens at this point. But yeah, definitely a cool shoot 'em up to have in the collection. Cool music in that one. Alright, now this next game is a game that I know is very dear to a lot of people, and that's Pompino World. This is a two-player game, and it's been on a lot of systems, a lot of ports. This one to me is one of the most exciting that I personally have played ever, and well, I've only played 3, but this is personally my favorite version of this game. And what can I say? I mean, lots of memories, you know. I'm sure a lot of other people have had with you know, siblings or friends growing up playing the 2-player of this. I absolutely love this game. I do not know why I haven't got this sooner. You know, if you do have a PC Engine and you want just a few really good CD games in your collection, but don't want to spend that much, this game definitely is a good one to pick up. Shouldn't cost you more than 20 bucks, if that. All right, now on to a couple Hue cards here. All right, first one I picked up. I really like the name of this game, and I used to say it a lot whenever I saw the game for sale. But that's Komola Speed. Yeah, Komola Speed. Don't know why it just sounds so fun to say. It looks like you're type of like a centipede type of creatures in like a futuristic setting, so you're going around and gathering links to make a larger centipede. Yeah, it's an alright game. It reminds me kind of the same platform, or kind of like the setup that what was that? Ballistics had. There's just a lot of stuff on the screen at once, and a really frantic game pace. So yeah, it's an alright game. Pretty action packed. You know, fun to turn on for a little while. All right, next game I got is a game called Energy. This is an alright platformer. It looks really cool. You'll watch videos of this and you'll wonder, oh, why does this game have such a bad rating? Why does PC Engine Bible say that this game, you know, to tell you to avoid this game? And then you wonder, well, why is this game, you know, sell for $8 complete or whatever? You start playing it and you see the first enemies pop on the screen. You're like, oh, those are nice sprites. You beat them. They die nicely, nice death animations, you get your points or experience or whatever, and then, you know, 2 seconds later, you're advancing to the next screen. And then about 5 seconds later, you get to the next screen, and you realize that the crossover panning that the screen does to get from screen to screen on this, I want to say, you know, Metroid-style adventuring game where you're going all around to dungeons and looking through different platforming levels and stuff, that is very, very annoying. I mean, imagine if the first Metroid, whenever you went from screen to screen, you know, it took 3 to 4 seconds. I'm not exaggerating. It takes a long time. And then you pretty much, you know, you might play through that second level, but when you get through an area in a game in 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and then it takes you twice as long for the screen to advance to the next screen, especially on one of these platforming games, that's hard to get by. You know, this isn't the computer era, so Yeah. So Energy looks like a pretty decent game if you have the patience to get through it. So maybe pop on 2 games at once and have Pompino World going while the screen pans on this one. You might have some fun. All right, the next one I got is called I believe it's called Obochomokun or Obachibakun or Obochomokun. This is a licensed game, and one thing you'll notice on a lot of these Japanese games is that when they're actually licensed, I believe that the physical item possibly is either reviewed, sent to, or seen in one way or another by the licensing company. And or the licensing company just sends them these little stickers here, if you can kind of see there. And then that's kind of what... so it tells you there, like, that's like the license, it's the serial number and stuff. So, you know, as other licensed games go, you know, there was a little bit more effort put into this one. And in Japan, they didn't necessarily, on a whole, from what I have seen in my studies and ventures, they have not suffered really from what we did from licensed stuff. Licensed stuff was usually... in America gotten to make a quick buck, but in Japan, you know, it's kind of the same situation, but they had more talent there, so the people who are making a quick buck, they could hire the cheap people, but the cheap people knew what they were doing. So this Obachimo-kun game, there's a lot of neat stuff in here, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the character, but there's just not a lot going on to, not a lot, you know, of a playground or of a game to do the stuff in. So you have very short levels. Every level has about 2 enemies, and like I said, you have all these cool moves and things you can do and interact with the environment, but there's just not enough environment to do it in. So yeah, I do recommend this game, but nothing to really run out and get right away. So alright, and last but not least, this is a game that definitely is worth picking up. Definitely is worth just getting into if you just want a really fun platforming game for the PC Engine Hue card, and that's Sun 2. There is a first Sun for Famicom, but this one, as opposed to the Famicom one, is really in depth. And what can I say? I mean, it's just a really fun platforming game. I have it in the machine actually right now. But yeah, you know, you go in. It's by Capcom. They're just really fluid play control, fluid animation, just a fluid platforming game. And there's a lot of secrets and there's a lot of adventuring. So this is a cool one to pick up if you can find it. And like I said, this one isn't that cheap. You might see it up for 30 or 40 bucks, but if you look around, you should be able to get this one for high teens still, or low 20s. Nothing I really showed there is that expensive or over $30 in any worst case scenario. So yeah, that's about it. So that was another stack there of games for my PC Engine collection. I do have a couple more to show you here. I got into a series, so I'm going to show you that series next. So yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.